Hey guys, this is Benjamin with Benjamin's Exotics, and today, well actually a few minutes ago, I did a video talking about how we set up ball python cages. And really quickly, before I upload that video, I also want to upload this video just really quickly talking about, just try to be the quickest video as possible. I'm really quickly talk about ball python feeding problems. Now, I don't have any ball pythons that are eating right now, number one, and number two, I'm not going to take out any frozen rats just because I don't need to right now. So, while I don't have any too many visuals, you can look at these two guys, which are two males, which, you know, even though that guy barely ate, he literally only ate once a month for the first 3 years of his life, and he's almost 6 years old, and he's 2,500 grams now. It's mostly all due to age, and he's not a real thick guy, but I got out two of my males because, you know, males are normally, for me at least, have the most problems. Some females do. I actually have a female right now that's having some big problems. Hasn't eaten in about 5 months. Well, actually 4, closer to 5 though. But so basically, real quickly, I'll talk to you guys about some feeding problems and how I get some of these guys to eat. Number one, if you just got a ball python, of course, just shipped it over. Very obvious, common sense. Don't try to get it to eat. I would give it 2 weeks. Minimum, to be honest. You could try it a week, but I mean, especially if you're doing live, I would wait 2 weeks. After you've got them, I wouldn't try any of these techniques until you've done, or until you've tried, you know, just letting them get used to their new home for at least, I'd say at least a month. So, first technique. It's basically the covering technique, making the snake feel secure. There's a few different ways you can do this. All we're going to do, we're looking at tanks right now. If it's a tub, it's a completely different story. If it's a tub, you basically don't have to do this, but this glass is see-through, and in the wild, they're always going to want to be tucked in a small spot. So you're going to do two things. One is get them a hide if they didn't already have one, so they can get tucked into a spot and feel comfortable. Number two, we're going to make it so they can't see out of this glass. So we're going to cover this with a towel. This would be the easiest to cover with a towel, and there's a spider ball python in there, male. The easiest thing would be is to just cover it with a towel, or what I do in some cases, which I'll show you in a second, is I just take paper, just regular paper, completely white, so there's no lines or anything that you can see, completely white, and I'll just tape them to the sides. And this guy will not eat if it's not done like that, and I'll show you that real quick. So it's very simple. Excuse the lack of lighting in here, but all we're going to do is just take paper and tape it on the sides. You can have a little crack showing. That it would be nice to cover those up, but he does just fine with a setup like this. You can lift it up to look up at him, and the whole thing covered. They normally eat great with this technique. Okay, that's the first technique. After you've done that, try it a few weeks. Normally, that'll kick them right back into feeding. As long as they've gotten used to their home. If heat and humidity, if those two are off, that's a completely different ball game. So remember, heat and humidity, those got to be on, right? Spot on, or at least close. You know, there's not really spot on, but they have to be good enough for the snake. Hide, cover the thing. Let's say that doesn't work. Number two, what I'm going to try to do. If it's a baby, this is easier. I'm going to take a container, and I'm going to take that rodent, and I'm just going to put the baby and the rodent all together in one container, right? And I'm going to leave that in there for a few hours, sometimes just overnight. What that's going to do is the baby's bored, right? Baby's sitting there, and baby snake's just like, well, there's nothing else to do. Oh, there's a rat here. This kind of smells like food. Kind of smells like I should do something with it. Let's mess around with it. And it has to be frozen thawed, of course, at that point. And sometimes they'll eat it that way. Also, real quick, talking about frozen thawed and live. If the snake was on live, try to feed it live. If the snake was on frozen thawed, try to feed it frozen thawed. If you can't get it to do that in like a month or something, I'd try live. I had a snake once, 2 or 3 weeks, wouldn't eat anything, nothing. Wouldn't eat a live mouse, wouldn't eat a frozen thawed, rat, wouldn't eat a frozen thawed rat, live rat, nothing. It was a baby. Threw a live mouse in there, boom. That's what it was eating normally. And that's exactly what it took. Live mouse, boom. Literally, the thing had been out for like 5 hours, moving around from different stores, trying to find African soft furs or something to try them. And I said, you know what, let's just try a normal mouse. The snake should have been stressed, shouldn't have eaten, but you know what, threw that in, boom, it ate. It was my Mojave female who now is a champ at eating. Very good. Now to your third option. This option sometimes works, scenting, which is basically taking sardines or something like that, something native to the snake, obviously not sardine with ball pythons, and scenting it. Besides those three things, If you have a baby snake and it goes past that, you might have to resort to assist feeding. I've never done that. I've never got to that point with my snakes, with my experience with them. Never recommended it. I really think force feeding is not something that ever should be done by somebody who does not have the correct experience. Assist feeding, maybe. Assist feeding isn't too hard. You put it in the snake's mouth, leave it there, and see if it'll eat it. Those are just a few quick tips while I'm looking at these guys. I just wanted to give you guys some tips because I had nothing like this on my channel before. I'll be doing some feeding videos soon, and we'll be doing some feeding videos, and we'll also do some unboxing videos, hopefully, if we get some new snakes shipped in. Also, if you see this video, wow, that's a really bad thumbs up. But try to give the video a thumbs up. And also, I'm looking for a new camera right now to upgrade. Of course, this camera is about 7 years old, and it's not the best quality, as you guys can see, but it does, you know, an iffy job. It's not amazing. So if you guys have any recommendations for any cameras you think I should get that are really good quality and very accurate, please leave those recommendations for me. And until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.